HorseGym with Boots, number 23. Parking on a mat for hosing down. This is not something we do very often, so we've chosen a very hot summer day where she probably enjoyed this, but you can see that she's not used to it and she's pretty tentative. So she's happy with the hose, so I lead her up, park her front feet on the mat, and once she's settled, I give her a click and a treat. Notice my poor treat delivery here. Took me way too long to get the treat out of my pocket. And I thought I would just hang on to the rope at the beginning and just touch her front feet with the hose. And she seemed quite relaxed, so I put the rope over her back. And just, you can see there, she felt the need to move. So I left the hose on just a touch too long. And again, I could feel the tension in her body that she was about to move again, so I did 1, 2, and then you can see her head come up a little bit, and I took the hose away. As soon as her head comes up, she's feeling a bit insecure, not confident. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little sprays there, so we're already better than one spray at the beginning. Back feet is a whole nother story, and she didn't think much of that at all. So I went back to the front. I was moving too fast for her comfort level. Now I've cut out a little bit. I've cut out half of what we did, and now I've gone from spraying her feet to spraying the rest of her body. And for each of these different body parts, I'd start with 1 spray and do 2 sprays, 3 sprays, and there you can see we're already spraying a little bit longer. Now it's just as important, obviously, to work on both sides of the horse with something like this. So once I went to her left eye, I started again with a short spray, click and treat, bit longer, click and treat, and now she's getting more comfortable, sort of enjoying it rather than being a little bit worried. Then we had a wee break when I ran out of treats, and I led her back to the mat, and she's quite happy to come back to the mat. And she set herself up nicely without actually standing on it, so that was okay. Gave her a click and a treat for coming back to the mat, and proceeded from where we left off before, which was being able to fairly briskly spray on her back, but you can see she's still not totally confident with that. So went back to a shorter spray on her back and moved a bit further up, and you can see she's still tense, needing to move. So try the other side, and it's a short spray, and each time I try to spray a tiny bit longer. So every time I move somewhere else on her body, I have to be aware that some places she's more relaxed than other places, and so I have to approach and retreat depending on the feedback that the horse is giving me. So if she needs to move, that's pretty strong feedback that she's uncomfortable. If she's able to stand, it's feedback that things are going fairly smoothly. I'm looking for signs of relaxation, and you be aware that you can't hear my clicks, but I'm clicking just the second before I take the hose away. And sometimes you'll notice that Boots responds to the click by just turning her face a little bit towards me. Considering that we probably do this once a year or so, she's not doing badly. This would be like a first session of hosing for the whole season. And I'm starting to feel less tension in her body. Her head isn't going up so much, and she's quite comfortable. And I think there she's trying to target the end of the hose, which I'm taking as a very good sign, because if she's come out of her worry and is willing to target the end of the hose, it means that she sort of opened up and softened her whole demeanor, softened her whole attitude about what we're doing. So I'm feeling that she's much more relaxed now than she was at the beginning. So although she's not sort of loving it and leaning into it, and I'm still doing a very high rate of reinforcement, it's been a good session, demonstrating the need for a high rate of reinforcement when teaching something quite new.